Some people don't cry. Some don't complain. Some don't scream when life hits them the hardest. Instead, they smile. They joke. They say, "I'm fine." But deep inside, they're slowly drowning while nobody notices. This is the hidden world of people who hide their pain, the people who look the strongest because they carry everything alone. This behavior isn't random. It's not weakness. And it's not trying to act tough. It's psychology. Layers of it. Layers built from childhood experiences, emotional conditioning, personality traits, trauma responses, and fear. Fear of being misunderstood. Fear of being rejected. Fear of being a burden. Let's go deeper. Why they pretend they're okay. People who hide their pain master one skill very early. Emotional camouflage. They want the world to see strength, not struggle. They want to look composed even when everything inside them is falling apart. Why? Because somewhere in their life, usually, very early, someone taught them a brutal lesson. Showing pain doesn't make things better, it only makes you look weak. Maybe they grew up in a household where nobody asked if they were okay. Maybe emotions were dismissed. Stop crying. You're overreacting. Deal with it. So they learned to deal with pain quietly, silently, alone. This becomes their emotional default. Don't show pain. Endure it. Hide it. The "I got it" personality. These people hate asking for help. To them, independence equals safety. They tell themselves, if I don't rely on anyone, no one can disappoint me. And so, they become the reliable friend, the strong sibling, the quiet worker, the emotionally stable one, the rock everyone turns to. But the truth, even rocks crack. They carry everything because they don't want to be the reason someone else feels stressed. Their kindness turns into a burden. Their silence becomes their shield. Yet deep inside, they're hoping someone, anyone, would notice their pain without them saying a single word. Their internal world, they feel more than they show. People who hide their pain don't feel less. They feel more. Their emotions run deeper than most people realize. But instead of expressing them, they bury them. Why? Because their mind constantly whispers, if they knew what you really feel, they wouldn't stay. So they numb their emotions, distract themselves, avoid confrontations, pretend they don't care, smile through everything. They don't want to upset anyone. They don't want to be too much. They want to be easy to love. Ironically, this makes their emotional world even heavier. They disconnect to protect themselves when life becomes overwhelming. These people withdraw quietly. They disappear. They shut down communication. They stay busy. They keep their schedule full. Not because they don't care about people, but because this is their survival mode. Their mind says, don't break down in front of anyone. So they isolate until they can function again. For most, isolation feels lonely, but for them, it feels safe. Humor is a shield. One of the biggest indicators someone hides their pain. They joke a lot, especially about themselves. The funniest people often hide the darkest feelings. Humor becomes a tool to distract others, to hide emotional wounds, to avoid deep conversations, to keep people from asking too many questions. They appear lighthearted, but their heart feels heavy. Relationships and the fear of burdening others. They don't want to be too much. People who hide their pain overthink their impact on others. They worry their emotions are a burden, so they keep everything private. They think they have their own problems. I don't want to bother them. I don't want anyone worrying about me. This mindset turns them into emotional martyrs, suffering silently while helping everyone else. They become the strong one in every relationship. But being the strong one is lonely, because no one asks if the strong one is tired. They don't believe people stay. Another internal belief. People leave when things get heavy, so instead of showing pain and risking abandonment, they hide it and hope no one notices. Their relationships become deep but guarded, loving but distant, stable but emotionally silent. They crave connection but fear vulnerability. They love deeply but reveal little. They push people away softly when they are hurting. They might reply late, avoid calls, show less enthusiasm, say, I'm just busy. Avoid being around people who might notice their pain. This isn't rejection. It's protection. They're not pushing others away. They're trying not to let their pain overflow onto someone else. They appreciate small emotional gestures even though they never ask for help. Small things mean the world to them. I'm here if you need me. You don't have to be strong right now. Talk to me, even if it's messy. These simple sentences break their emotional armor more than any grand gesture. They don't need someone to fix them. They just need someone who sees them. The psychology behind why they hide pain. 1. They are high empaths. These people have sensitive emotional radars. They feel the mood of the room instantly. They sense when others are hurting. They notice things most people ignore. Because they care so deeply about others, they hide their own pain to keep harmony. 2. Childhood emotional neglect. Many grew up in environments where emotional needs were ignored. Not abused. Not mistreated. Just overlooked. So they learned, my feelings don't matter. This belief follows them into adulthood. 3. Excessive responsibility. Early in life, some became the adult way too soon. They had to be strong for a parent, a sibling, or the whole family. They learned strength at the cost of their innocence. Now they don't know how to not be strong. 4. Avoidant attachment style. People who hide their pain often develop an avoidance style. Self-reliant, emotionally independent, uncomfortable sharing feelings, not because they don't feel, but because they fear losing control once they open up. 5. Perfectionist mindset. To them, emotions feel messy. Imperfections feel dangerous, so they maintain control by suppressing pain instead of expressing it. 6. Trauma response. Stay quiet, stay safe. After emotional or relational trauma, the brain learns, don't reveal vulnerability. You'll get hurt again. So silence becomes protection. Fire. Final message. What they really need. People who hide their pain don't need fixing. They don't need someone to force them to open up. They don't need someone to label them emotionally cold. They need someone who listens without judgment, notices without being told, stays without being asked, understands without pressure. They need a safe space, a patient presence, a gentle heart. Because behind every quiet, smiling, I'm fine, is someone praying someone sees through the silence.